മലയാള സിനിമയുടെ തന്നെ ഗതി മാറ്റിവിട്ട ഒരു പടമാണ് ആടുജീവിതം. ആടുജീവിതത്തിൻ്റെ വിശേഷങ്ങൾ നമ്മൾ എത്രയോ കേട്ടിട്ടുണ്ട്, ശരിയാണ്. എങ്കിലും ഐ ജസ്റ്റ് വോണ്ട് ടു ബ്രിങ് ഇൻ ദിസ് വൺ ഗസ്റ്റ് ഇൻ ടു ദിസ് പോഡ്കാസ്റ്റ്. അതായത് ഈ ചാനലിലെ ഫസ്റ്റ് പോഡ്കാസ്റ്റ് ആണിത്. അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ ഇദ്ദേഹവുമായിട്ടുള്ള ഈ ഒരു സംസാരം നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇഷ്ടപ്പെടുമെന്ന് വിചാരിക്കുന്നു. ആരാണ് ആള് എന്നുള്ളതല്ലേ? ജാസർ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ക്യാരക്ടർ ആടുജീവിതത്തിൽ ചെയ്ത നമ്മുടെ സ്വന്തം റിക് ആബി, ഒരു ഇൻ്റർനാഷണൽ ആർട്ടിസ്റ്റാണ് അദ്ദേഹം. മലയാള സിനിമ മാത്രമല്ല, ബോളിവുഡിലും അതുപോലെ തന്നെ കുറച്ചധികം ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് സിനിമകളിലും അദ്ദേഹം അഭിനയിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. ആക്ച്വലി ഓപ്ര ഫ്രെയിംസിൻ്റെ ഭാഗത്തുനിന്ന് ഐ ഹാവ് ടു സേ ഹ്യൂജ് താങ്ക്സ് ടു ഹിം. കാരണം അദ്ദേഹത്തിനെ വിളിച്ച് സംസാരിച്ചപ്പോൾ തന്നെ പുള്ളി ഓക്കെ നമുക്ക് സംസാരിക്കാമല്ലോ എന്നാണ് പറഞ്ഞത്. നമ്മുടെ ചാനൽ ചെറിയൊരു ചാനലാണെങ്കിൽ പോലും അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് ഒരു തരത്തിലുള്ള മടി ഉണ്ടായില്ല വന്നിരുന്നിട്ട് അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ കുറച്ച് സമയം സ്പെൻഡ് ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട്. ആക്ച്വലി അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ ഒരു ഷൂട്ടിന് തൊട്ട് മുമ്പാണ് പുള്ളി വന്ന് ഇത്രയും സമയം നമ്മുടെ അടുത്ത് സ്പെൻഡ് ചെയ്തത്. ആൻഡ് ടു ബി ഫ്രാങ്ക്, ഇറ്റ് കെയിം ഔട്ട് ആസ് എ വെരി നൈസ് ലവ്ലി പോഡ്കാസ്റ്റ്. അപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് ആ പോഡ്കാസ്റ്റിലോട്ട് കടക്കാം. അതിന് മുമ്പ് പറയാനുള്ളത് എന്താണെന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ, പോഡ്കാസ്റ്റ് ഇംഗ്ലീഷിലാണ്, അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് മലയാളം പറയാനായിട്ട് അറിയില്ല. അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ പിന്നെ നമ്മൾ സബ് ടൈറ്റിൽസ് ചേർക്കുന്നതായിരിക്കും.
Here we are. Thank you, Rik, for coming in our channel and giving this valuable time of yours for us.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have missed it for the world.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I really appreciate that. It's an honor. And when I watched Goat Life, one of the main characters that stuck out for me was your character, right? Even though there were two of them together in the desert,
yes,
in that situation, your character somehow stood out for me. One of the main reasons is that I thought there was some good in you, right? And is it because there was a backstory to it? Is it because there was
Yes, you're actually not wrong there. With all my work, I like to always do backstories based on the subtext of the original script, because there's a writer there that puts his heart and soul into it, and so the least you could do, I mean, you only got one job, right? As an actor,
true.
And know how to read a script, and then from there, from the subtext, it'll actually help you to build a more believable and more convincing character.
Yeah.
You're right. Jasser, the junior kafil, did have a backstory based on a situation that happened in Saudi in the 90s. So we mentioned this before. Some Bedouin tribes, what they would do is they would sell sports enhancement drugs called Captagon in the 90s.
Okay.
And so what they would do is they would smuggle them.
Okay.
Right, or sell them from the back of their GMC trucks.
Yeah.
And so the backstory for Jasser, because in the original script, he had a phobia of lightning. So based on the original script that was written by Blessy, bless him, and Benjamin, was that Jasser had a phobia of lightning, so we needed to create that backstory.
Okay.
And while we're doing that, also, we needed to build the kind of historical event that would forever scar and forever create the character exactly that is Jasser. So in the story, his uncle, which is played by Talbot Belushi, right? Phenomenal Omani actor. So there was a sting operation, which was a police ambush in the backstory that I created, right? So they split up into two trucks. One that had the merchandise, which was driven by the uncle, and his purpose was to try to lure the police away, while Jasser and his parents escaped. So it happened to be raining. There was a thunderstorm, and Jasser lost control of the car, of the truck, and it crashed right into a palm tree. And his parents were trapped under the chassis, and then there was a gas tank that was leaking. And so he had in his mind a moment to try to save his family. But he hesitated, and that hesitation haunted him for the rest of his life, where he saw his family get struck by lightning when thunder struck on that gasoline tank, and then just everything went
kaboom,
to flames, exactly. And so he saw that, and he felt that he let his family down. He let his uncle down, who was risking their merchandise, their livelihood, in order to save his family and the whole tribe, because that's what they relied on. And they were chosen to be like the main smugglers. And so since then, he has always been a broken man. And there is a nice character to him, but that's who he was before this accident. After that, he felt that he had to live up to his mistake. And really be up to par with his uncle, who was hailed as a hero. And he felt that no matter what would happen, he always had this haunting belief that no matter what would happen, he would never measure up. So behind the scenes, we would find the real Jasser, right? Who really isn't that bad of a guy. He's just a broken man. And so he uses this bravado of anger and displaced rage on who's on the receiving end, unfortunately, would be Najib and others like Najib, right?
And that's why
to pent off his aggression.
And I believe that's one of the reasons why he's kind of like, you can see that he's always obedient towards his uncle. And it's because of this past that you create.
Absolutely. He's definitely in his shadow.
So coming into the point, like when you create a character like that in your head, right, you create so much of levels, you create a depth for that character.
Absolutely.
And when you work on a movie like The Goat Life, right, how was the set like? So the people were receptive about your this kind of backstory. Did you have a talk with Blessy about this?
Yes, of course. With everything that I had a suggestion for, I spoke to our chief, our captain, Blessy, and he was very welcoming. He was very open, and that's what I think is amazing when you have artists that can collaborate, and at the end of the day, we're doing what's best for the story and what's best for the characters. So yes, I did speak to Blessy, and then I also got not just his blessings. Okay, pardon the pun. No pun intended. Okay, we're gonna have a lot of Blessy puns.
I know, right?
All right, so get ready. He's so blessed. There you go. Okay. Also spoke to Benjamin as well. And he was just blown away. He was blown away, and he was like, hey, yeah.
Why not?
All right,
Why
let's go.
Let's go with this.
Okay, yeah. And so we went. Even though the scene was never shot. Okay. Of him in the tent. Because the initial scene was him in the tent, and he's scared of lightning because there was a thunderstorm situation. And for the first time, he actually invites Najib inside to actually sit with him and all of that. But that was all scrapped. But it still kept the motivation, the conviction that was needed to create the character that we all know as Jasser.
Because why I asked you this question is like when you actually watch the movie, like when I watched it, I don't know whether everybody else experienced the same thing. Somewhere I didn't read the book before I went to.
That makes two of us. That's why we're doing this interview.
Sorry, guys.
Not that you shouldn't read it. No, you definitely should.
It's just beautiful.
I didn't have a copy of it available. I'm sure I'll have a lot of copies available now.
100%. Now that you should have it, right?
I should, absolutely. Should be franchising them.
Exactly.
Anyway, yes, please.
So I hadn't read the book before I went for the movie, right? So in my mind, when I saw Jasser, I was like, okay, maybe he's the man who might even help him. Like, because the other guy, he looks a bit, too extreme. And you have somewhere a bit of a kind eye, but at the same time, not really. So it's maybe because
you can't show it. It's like being caught with your pants down. You can't show it.
Yeah, true.
He didn't want to be exposed, and so he'll always try to do too much.
Yeah.
Even when the kafil, right, is being kind,
Yeah.
Jasser still feels like, okay, I'll be a little bit, but I'll still show that I'm tough.
Yeah.
You know,
You have to show.
exactly, because I wasn't tough before.
Yeah.
And I was the cause of
The
of
family.
my parents dying. But in point of fact, it was just their time to go.
True.
It was their time to go. And when it's your time to go, we spoke about this. It's your time to go. So even if he didn't hesitate,
Yeah.
right, he wouldn't he wouldn't be able to save him. In fact, he probably wouldn't be alive.
Yeah.
And maybe also he carries that, because you have a lot of people that carry survivor's guilt whenever there's like a disaster around the world, right?
True.
And
Why did I survive and
exactly,
somebody else died?
exactly,
Right?
Exactly. So that's also weighing in on him as well.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
But you showed it off amazingly on screen, and it was like beautiful to see that, even though your character was not the best.
All right, good. Please hate my character. I cannot stress on this enough. The more you hate him, the more I love you. Exactly. You see how that works? Okay. Yeah. Extreme hate, you get extreme love. Remember.
So, talking about other movies that you have done,
yes.
For example, like Misfits is one of the movies that you've done.
Yes.
And did you do it in UAE? And,
yes. Yes.
What was the experience?
Yes. It was the first a project of its kind at the time to be a major UAE production, co-production with Hollywood, and this was the first time that the roster was open for not just extras like other films that come to the UAE and other regions. They just usually look for extras. No, this had an opportunity for a lot of actors to have speaking roles and supporting roles, and I was one of the very lucky people to be able to land one of the main roles, and probably the one with the most screen time, with all of the major actors like Pierce Brosnan, Academy Award winner Tim Roth, Nick Cannon. So that was amazing. Funny story, actually. So I shot Misfits in 2019. That was the first schedule, and I needed to actually be there, to go shoot, but our schedule was jam-packed. We hardly had any days off, as you can understand.
Goat Life.
Exactly, as you can understand, because a project of that magnitude, needed that much focus. Also, the weather was always against us. I mean, my heart bleeds for a cinematographer, because he had maybe 4 or 5 different swatches to choose from. Sunil, he had like 4 or 5 different swatches to choose from. So the sun would be this way, then that way, then that way. We had like, sometimes it'd be setting, sometimes it'd be rising. And this isn't like within a consistent amount of time. That was the challenge with shooting, is that the lack of consistency. So you have to shoot like 4 or 5 different, like time swatches in order to create the continuity. So weather was either our best friend or our worst enemy. So I needed to be there for one day to go shoot all the kitchen scenes that were there in Misfits. Now, the problem was I didn't get a script until after 2 days. Like 2 days before I was supposed to fly on my first Hollywood film. But then also, something you can't control is there was no paper in the desert camp that we were in.
True.
Because they're out, printing, production papers and all of that. As you can imagine. So the only time I was able to print that script was the day I was flying back to Abu Dhabi.
Okay.
What did that mean? That meant that Rum is 4 hours away from Amman. That's 4 hours. And Abu Dhabi, the UAE, is 4 hours away from Jordan. So I had 8 hours to memorize my first Hollywood script, my lines. But out of fear, I memorized the whole script. So, but before leaving, the weather wasn't giving an inch. It was still sunny and everything. So and I can't leave because I'm bound by contract.
True.
And I made, Ivor Gracias, who got me on this, right, a promise, which I couldn't break. All right. So, that was, yes, sorry. God bless. Okay, someone's probably talking about you. Yeah, that's what they say in our culture.
True.
Anyways, so yeah, must be real popular. Anyways, we'll see if you're gonna sneeze more in this interview.
I hope not.
Oh, no, but then if you do, then it shows that you're real popular.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I hope I'll be one day.
All right, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it just so happened that there was a thunderstorm,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And
You were able to.
exactly just for that week. So
Yeah.
Thursday was fitting. See, I forgot what was after Thursday.
Friday.
Anyway, Friday. Being a Muslim, it's the holy month. Right, holy month. It's a holy day. So how would I forget it? Like really?
Yeah.
Right. You know. Anyway, yeah. So Friday.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Friday was all our kitchen scenes. And
Yeah.
then we'd be flying back on Saturday. So it worked like a charm.
Yeah.
And thank God,
Yeah.
the continuity was the same, or else I would have been looking at a lawsuit.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
So that was amazing.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I found that was really funny. So there's a scene where they try to infiltrate the vault without
Okay.
spoiling
Yeah.
anything from the Misfits film.
Yeah.
And there's a way that I walk.
Mm-hmm.
So because in my muscle memory, I've programmed Jasser
Yeah.
with the Bedouin walk, with the head tilt.
True.
The head tilt comes with the sway of the body, with the limp that happens because of the uneven terrain of sand,
That's true.
right? But I'm not there.
Yeah.
I'm on solid ground. So I had to fix that.
Yeah.
So we did one take, and you know, if you look at it, it's Jasser. You know,
Yeah.
it's not Captain Abdullah Belushi.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The jail warden.
Yeah.
So thank God they went for another take, and then I was able to get
Remember
my head
it in your head,
exactly,
yeah.
get my head back in the gear and go like, no, wait, we're not in the desert.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Even though we were there
Yeah, for
maybe
a long-
12 hours
yeah.
or 48 hours ago, but now we're somewhere else.
Yeah.
So that's really important.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I got a chance to do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that was the experience. And then right after I was done, we flew back to Jordan to complete Goat Life.
Mm-hmm.
And when we wrapped the first schedule, there was a sandstorm. Yeah, so you can imagine how
Yeah.
uneven the weather was.
Yeah.
And we're still shooting. There was a sandstorm. I loved it. Because
Yeah.
you're doing what you love.
Yeah.
And then right after we flew back, then maybe like 1-2 weeks later, right? Then I completed the rest of the scenes of Misfits. So it worked really well.
Like
in the end.
a
Yes.
charm. So
exactly.
since you had this experience of being in Goat Life and being in a Hollywood movie,
Yes.
and it was just happening kind of simultaneously, I would say.
Exactly
yeah.
simultaneously.
Yeah.
Not kind of,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly simultaneously. So how was the work experience there when you compare it with the work experience in I'm not asking you it's unfair
Yeah.
to ask you which was better. No, it's
No, of course.
It's not the right
Yeah,
question.
yeah, yeah. No.
But what I'm
everyone
trying
has
to
their own
ask you is
style.
what did you find other than the acting side of it, crew side, the way of working, the working style, what did you find was a bit
One word.
yeah
Jugaad.
Jugaad.
Did I say it correctly?
Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
cool.
So-
So yes, Jugaad all the way. So
Yeah.
with Hollywood, everything is planned meticulously.
Yeah.
And we've seen a lot of behind the scenes work of Hollywood films and Hollywood productions. So we kind of have an idea of what to expect.
Yeah.
But the level of Jugaad
Yeah. Which
that they have in the South Indian film industry
it's crazy.
is its own level,
Yeah.
right? Everything is planned, but the amount of creativity in order to whip a rabbit out of a hat
Yeah.
is paramount. I mean, there's so many things that they do that you never thought were possible. They weren't in your realm of expectancy or possibility for them to happen, yet they do.
Yeah.
You have no choice.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what you do, whether you're an actor, director, producer, you're an art,
Yeah.
art wardrobe, arts department,
Yeah.
wardrobe, whatever. You will learn everything
Yeah.
from scratch, even if you don't know anything.
Anything.
So come out with a notepad
Yeah.
and a pen.
Yeah.
School's in session.
Schools in
Yeah.
session.
Jugaad 101.
101 is in session. I think when you talk about Jugaad, I think one of the things that I remember, like it was very hard to shoot those snakes, right? Like
Yes.
in the desert. And,
Yes.
I don't know which interview it was. Somebody was saying that it was shot in an iPhone and it was multiplied later on.
Wow.
And I mean, you know, it's
They Jugaad the Jugaad, bro.
yeah. They're the masters, right?
Yeah. I mean, if there was a, the Lord of Jugaad,
The
taller
levels.
above him.
Yeah.
I believe the snake sequence was shot in Algeria, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
With the beautiful sand dunes and everything. My scenes were mainly in Jordan, in Rum,
alright.
and that's where you had like, the mountains and cameo appearance
Yeah.
of the Lawrence of Arabia cave.
Yeah. True.
All right.
True.
But I'm just as amazed and baffled that they shot that on an iPhone.
Yeah.
Wow.
True.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, even if I did know,
Yeah.
right, I would still be. What you see? Who does that?
Yeah. True.
I don't think I've heard of anyone in any other industry doing that.
Yeah. And still, I mean, the thing is like, it doesn't take away any essence of the movie,
It doesn't.
right? It's just still.
If anything,
keeps
it
the
adds more flavor, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
It adds more of a punch, more of that
Yeah.
oomph,
True.
Yeah.
True.
and more of the
So,
realism.
do you have any other movies coming up in recent times in India, like coming up soon, or
Well,
probably?
never say never. I mean, there are probably a couple of things not at liberty to discuss.
Discuss,
Right?
Right.
You say it like you know it. Yeah, you've heard it all before. Yeah, so,
Yes,
so he knows
I
what
do.
time it is. He knows what time it is. He knows what time it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But definitely,
Hopefully.
yeah. Thank you.
Hopefully.
Definitely, it won't be my last dance.
yeah.
And I'm almost always, forever, looking forward to
Yeah.
being welcomed by open arms
Yeah.
from the Kerala film industry, from the Indian film industry. As a matter of fact, some websites, and I'm gonna remedy this,
Yeah.
have decided
Yeah.
that I'm part of the Malayalam film industry, which is very
Oh,
honorable.
that's very heartwarming.
It is. Just one small glitch.
Yeah.
Last time I checked, I wasn't an actress. I mean, I can act, but I can't be an actress, right? So I need to fix that. So apparently, I'm a Malayalam film actress, and apparently, I'm born in Mumbai. I'm a
Okay.
lot younger than I am, which wouldn't be a problem. Then again, I think they got Mumbai mixed up with Dubai. I could see how that could happen.
It sounds the same, right? Mumbai, Dubai.
Case in point, absolutely.
It's just one word, like no.
Yeah, a couple of letters.
One
yeah,
letters.
Just switch,
Yeah,
just
whatever.
switch a couple of letters and you're good.
And
Yeah.
Dubai, Mumbai.
Yeah, exactly.
I never
Dubai,
thought
Mumbai,
about
and
it.
yeah, there you go. See,
I never thought
and
about
and
it.
plus, we have lovely Kerala people and lovely Malayalam people like all over the UAE, and it's just kind of like you can't even tell the difference anymore because it's just an extended family,
True,
isn't it? All the way from the shores of Kerala to the shores of Dubai.
I know, right? Recently, one of these films that came out of Mammootty,
Yes.
Turbo, it became the first Malayalam movie to be dubbed in Arabic.
Wow.
And
Okay.
and it's just getting released in Arabic soon, and I believe. And the guy who dubbed in proper Arabic, he's a Keralite.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I'm not
So-
surprised. Our consultant is a dynamo in the Professor Musa Koti. He speaks Arabic, English, Malayalam, and Hindi. And the Arabic that he speaks is the Hijazi,
Okay.
Hijazi Arabic, and it's amazing because he also got Jimmy John Louis, Hollywood actor Jimmy John
Yeah.
Louis, who did an exceptional job as Ibrahim Khadri. I'm listening to Ibrahim speak, and I'm an Arab, as you know,
Yeah.
Sudanese, representing the UAE. What?
Yeah.
All right. And he sounds almost like a native. It's amazing, and also the fluency,
Yeah.
right, of how Prithviraj
Yeah.
said certain Arabic words, like someone who did live in that part of the world,
Yeah.
was just paramount.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and thanks to obviously the professor, but also no one can take anything away from Prithviraj. I mean, that was just wow. It's the kind of performance that inspires you on set, behind the scenes, and in life.
Yeah.
And it's being quoted and touted over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And not enough can be said.
Yeah.
It's just mind-boggling, and it's something that should definitely be taught in schools.
Yeah.
And I've always said this, and I told this to Blessy as well. Our film Goat Life
Yeah.
is redefining cinema,
Yeah.
and it's our current Citizen Kane.
Yeah. True.
You know,
True.
and we couldn't have asked for a better team. And how about the music? How about the soundtrack?
My God, it's
Right?
like Biryani.
It's subliminal.
Yeah.
Biryani, istighfar, and the words and the themes are so in sync,
Yeah. True.
inseparable.
True.
With Academy Award winner A.R. Rahman, and sound with, God bless him, Mr. Rasul Pakati.
Yeah.
It's the same team that did Slumdog Millionaire.
True.
How can we not have a good film?
Exactly. Exactly.
And one of the shining stars is Gokul, and Gokul on the set was also working as crew, so he was doing double duty. And then I didn't know that he lost weight, and then he was getting wheeled around in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And love Gokul. We sit, we chill, behind the scenes. Lovely guy.
One thing I've noticed about The Goat Life is, like, after the movie came out, and every interview that I've seen of anybody from the movie, for that matter, everybody is in praises of everybody else, right? And it's always, I don't know, maybe it's because you guys spend so much time together as almost like a family or as a team. I don't kind of, but it's beautiful to see something of that sort.
Yeah, well, you said it yourself. We're not a team. We're definitely a family. It was, let's see, 2019, 2020, 2022. So it's more than 4 years of our lives together. And in that kind of situation, it can go one of two ways.
Yeah.
Either you're exactly right, kaboom, all right, or I can't wait to see you soon.
Yeah.
Right, and it was definitely the second part. Also, in the Malayalam film culture, and I mentioned this before, you'll have the biggest roll of credits, bigger than any other film in any other industry.
That's so true.
The roll of credits and the amount of praise that people have for each other is just very inspirational, and it's really amazing. No, each one of us gave something to this film, and each one of us sacrificed. So with the humanity that gathers us, that binds us to tell the story, and the amount of heartfelt emotions and effort that each and every one of us, from everyone from above the line to below the line, every person that was named and not named, right, that put into this film, everyone gave it their all. How can you not respect and love that?
Exactly.
You have no choice but to embrace everyone. Wonderful family. Can't wait to see them again. And every single time we meet each other, it is like a reunion. I don't know if you've ever seen the photos. It is like a family reunion, and Big Papa is Blessy on top, overlooking and seeing everything.
So the biggest roll of credits, when you said that,
in any industry.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, we start with thanks, special thanks, and then before the movie even starts, the list is like that, and then we start, and then we have other credits.
Okay, so it's before and after the movie.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's usually, for example, there might be somebody who might have helped with the script somewhere down the line or before, or probably somebody who had come into the set and probably like blessed with their presence for marketing or something of that
So
sort.
they pulled the blessing.
Everything.
Yeah.
They pulled the blessing. Yeah.
I warned you about those puns. I warned you. Okay,
The blessed blessing.
There you go. Yes.
Actually, he is a blessing for our
He
industry,
is,
to
in
be
any
frank.
way,
you
in
know.
every way. He gave us a crash course in divine intervention.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
his blessings.
And one more thing, I believe is like the movie industry that we come from, Malayalam industry, would be, I think, before Goat Life and after Goat Life is for sure. There will be a difference for sure. I'm hoping, you know what, some kind of academy, or you know.
Hey,
I'm hoping, man. I'm really hoping.
You know what? I told this to Rasul before, Rasul Pakate. I told him, you know, you guys, you and, you know,
Rahman.
yeah, the Mozart of Madras.
Yeah.
Right?
True, the Mozart of Madras.
Yes.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
It is, isn't it? It's so fitting for it.
Yeah.
You guys brought home the Oscar
Yeah.
when, for each of you individually, when you did Slumdog Millionaire.
Yeah.
I believe you guys are going to take us there.
Yeah.
And for first and foremost, after God,
Yeah.
right? It's the people.
Yeah.
It's the people that believed in us, that kept this film as being one of the highest grossing films of all time.
Yeah.
Right? And that still continue to support it now that it's on OTT,
Yeah.
on
True.
Netflix, since it screened 19th, John 19th of this month. We're so grateful and just overwhelmed with
The response.
with all the love and the praises.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think it's doing pretty well throughout. I mean, around the world. I mean, people are really noticing it.
I'm getting notices from people from all over. I had my friend. She did a review. Colette Barfield. So she's got like a little thing that she does called, you know, Movies by Colette. You know, she's got like a blog and an article. And so the way she wrote it in order for it to be digestible for American audiences.
Yeah.
And she wrote one of the best reviews. And she was telling me that there were other pundits and other critics that spoke about it. So I asked her to send me the links. And, you know, we're getting, you know, word from like everywhere, because this film was released everywhere on Netflix platforms around the world. And that's amazing.
That's crazy. That's crazy nice. I'm really hoping, man, that we'd get to hear the good news someday.
Likewise.
Maybe, yeah.
And it's making it to also not just, you know, the U.S. and other places around the world, even in the region.
Yeah.
One of the best reviews I've ever read. Yeah. And this man does these reviews in 3 languages: in English, in Urdu, Hindi, and in Arabic. His name is Mr. Hamidou Riyami. So, you know, shout out to him for sure.
Okay.
For covering our film, one of the first people to cover our film.
Okay.
And he did a re-review, and, you know, he responded to a lot of the comments in all 3 languages. So, you know, kudos to him, and others like him that continue to, you know, support our film.
Yeah.
With you know, non-bias and just pure, you know, cinephile love for what we do and for the story.
All right. Okay. We were talking about the movie until now.
Yeah.
So beyond the movie, how would you say Prithviraj was on set? Was he playful? I mean, these are questions which the Malayali audience would love to hear
all
from
the
you.
time, all the time.
You know, there are certain questions we always want to hear.
Whether it's on social media or whether you know, it's in person. And yes, please feel free to approach me. You know, you guys, you know, did all of this. So, and I always keep saying this. Yes, whenever you see us, you know, don't feel, you know, shy. Come, you know, approach me. You can talk to me. You know, and take pictures. It's your right.
Yeah.
And yes, we'll always answer the same questions about Prithviraj.
Yeah.
He's a Renaissance man.
Yeah.
A Renaissance man by the full definition of that word. he's very well read in a lot of topics. He's very well cultured. You can carry on a conversation with him for days. And as most intelligent people, yes, you can expect he has an impeccable sense of humor that catches you unaware, and that's some of the best sense of humor that you can get.
Yeah.
And his dedication, I'm sure I don't need to repeat this, you know, to his craft is just, you know, untouchable.
Yeah.
Untouchable, undeniable.
Yeah.
He's a great host, multi-hyphenated talent.
Yeah.
He can sing, he can act, I'm sure he can dance.
Yeah.
You can discuss philosophy with him, religion, history. Very well versed. Yes, he's really immersed himself, and he is the pinnacle example of not just leading by example, but also of what an artist should be like. A representative of the people.
Yeah.
A multicultural individual.
Yeah. We have this thing going on in Kerala where we say like he's kind of like a flag bearer for the Malayali industry.
120.
And that
he's the company. He's the factory where they make the flags.
Exactly.
He's not just the flag bearer.
Exactly.
Let's agree on that.
It looks like.
You know, the factory where they make the
flags and
right? He's the factory.
He's the factory, and then and because we really believe that he can produce, because Malayalam movie, even though we used to produce a lot of good movies, but most of the times all of these movies were bound by a budget. It was bound by there was a lot of limitations around it.
Right.
I think after he came into the industry, and he's always said this before, that I want to be the one who changes something in the industry, right? So he had always said this before, even when he was just very young in the industry. So we actually believe that he has that ability to take it forward to one step, not even one step, quite some steps further.
He wasn't lying. He wasn't lying.
Yeah.
We're not talking about human steps. We're talking about an escalator. You know,
with the jet boosters,
exactly, turned up to rapid.
Yeah,
he will forever change not just your industry, but the way things are done. He's taken method acting to a different level, not just regionally, internationally. Can't wait for people to see that. People are seeing that, and I said this before. He's a bright star, and if no one is seeing how bright this star was, they're seeing it now. They're seeing it now. They're blinded by it, and they're seeing it in their dreams. It's become subliminal.
True.
And they will never, ever forget the name Prithviraj, and they'll know how to say it right as well.
Yeah, it looks like you're like Prithviraj. You know what it means, right? You know what the name means?
Does it have anything to, well, it has something to do with Raj.
Yes. So Prithvi means earth and Raj means king of the earth.
Hey.
It looks like
it. It was not a fluke. It was not a fluke. He lives up to his, everybody lives up to their name in this film.
Right?
Yeah.
Blessie's blessed.
The Blessie's blessed, king of the earth.
Prithviraj is like king
exactly.
of the earth.
He's the king of the earth. Exactly. Right?
So, thanks a lot for your lovely time.
Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, I am blessed now to have
Keep the puns coming. Keep the puns coming.
Just a
also in the comments, don't forget about the puns. How many blessed puns can you come up with?
Yeah, exactly.
Let the games begin.
Yeah, let the games begin. So I'm really blessed to have you here.
Thank you. Likewise.
It was nice talking to you. And I mean,
hope
to talk to you another time.
Absolutely.
In another
always.
Movie.
Yeah.
Hopefully an Indian movie.
Yes, of course.
Hopefully after the Academy.
Yeah.
If it happens,
Put it out there. Put it out there.
Fingers crossed.
Yes, guys. Put it out there. You know, we put our hands out for God in abundance, and we're waiting.
Yeah,
God's bounty is limitless.
Yeah. So let it all happen.
Always.
Thanks a
Thank
lot,
you.
sir.
Thank
Thanks
you,
a lot.
bro.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
All right. This is just a small token of my appreciation.
Okay.
All right. Yes, this
That's
is
like-
the original script.
Oh,
exactly. Yes.
nice.
Yes, signed by yours truly. Thank you so much for coming all the way from Dubai to pick us up from Abu Dhabi. And it's the
problem.
least thing
Anytime.
I could do.
Anytime.
And
Anytime.
you know,
Was
congratulations, and looking forward to seeing what else you're going to do. And
Sure,
we'll
man.
be with you every
you.
step of the way.
Thank you.
All
Appreciate
right.
that.
Thank you
Appreciate
for your
that.
love and support.
No problem.
Appreciate
no
it,
problem.
man.
See you
Thank
guys
you.
later.
For sure.
Forget to
You know it.
subscribe.
All right. Do it.
Bye.
Or else I'll unleash my Jasser. Hey, oh, subscribe, huh? وش كنتوا تشتغلون قبل؟ All right, okay.
Thank you.